All my dear students, now I am talking about the derivative of carboxylic acid, and next one is amphoteric nature of ethanamide. So generally asked in examination. So derivative means that those compounds which derive from the carboxylic acid, that is carboxylic acid. Yes. So when OH group of this acid is removed, and plus X is added. X means yellow group. X may be chlorine, may be bromine, may be iodine. So general formula is RC double bond OX, that is known as a silyl halide. When you talk about the one simple example, important example, CH3CO, and what the X over here? Chlorine. If bromine, iodine, you can take any. So what we have? Ethane. How many carbon? 2 carbons. What we have? Ethanoil. And what the halogen over here? Chloride. So what we write? Ethanoyl chloride. Next one is when OH is removed and plus OCOR is added. Yes. So what we see? RCOOC double bond OR. That is acidic anhydride. So I have already told you anhydride means deficiency of water. So what example is? Very simple example like this. CH3 C double bond O, O C double bond O, CH3. So how many carbon? 2 carbons. So ethanoic, and what do you see? Anhydride. Yes. Next one is what do you see? When that is substituted by this OH group is substituted by what do you see? Amino group. So what we have? RC double bond O NH2, that is known as amide. Yes. Example of this one is CH3 C double bond O NH2. What the name of this compound? How many carbon over here? 2 carbons. So what do we have? Ethane, or E is substituted by amide. So what do we have? Ethanamide. Now fourth derivative is, so that OH is substituted by, which removed, and plus OR. R may be same, R may be different. So R prime means different R over here. So R, CO are the common, and that OH is substituted by OR dash. Yes. So what that is? Ester. Ester means what? What do you mean ester? Ester means organic salt. Yes, like inorganic, you know, sodium chloride, potassium bromide, that is the inorganic salt. But when you talk about the what to see inorganic, so in this case R double C double bond O, OR dash, that is the ester, organic ester, organic salt we can say. Example is very simple. CH3 C double bond O, OC25. I have already changed R1. So what we have? Ethyl group over here. And generally in ethyl ester, how we have to name these compounds? At first we have to write the last ethyl group. Alkyl groups, what we have? Ethyl. Yes. Now how many remaining carbon? 2 carbon. 2 carbon means ethane. Then what we have to do? We have is what to say substituted by O8. Generally in ester, what we have to add? O8. Yes, that is about the important derivative of carboxylic acid. So I think you can write the different type of derivative with example. Yes. Next, generally you ask in examination, amphoteric. What is amphoteric? It behaves as both acid as well as acid. What you see? Acid as well as base are known as amphoteric in nature. Like we have already told you about amphibia. From it lives in water, lives in what you see lands. That is amphibia. You can remember. So amphoteric means what you see, maybe acidic, maybe basic. So what we have when talk about the acidic nature of what we see ethanamide. So what is when that is treated with sodium metal. So what we have? So we get sodium ethanamide plus hydrogen. Always keep in mind, when any compound that is treated with metal and gives hydrogen, so what it means? That acts as a acid. So what the function of this one is? Acid. Yeah, always keep in mind. Next one is basic nature. Basic nature, that is the ethanamide, when that is treated with HCl. So what do you see? We get salt. So acid base, you know. So that in this case, that is base. What we have? CH3CO, one H is add over here. So what we have? NH3Cl, additional type of salt. So what we can say? Ethanamide, CH3CO, NH, but in this case positive charge. And what is it? That is negative charge. So what we have? Ethanamide hydrochloride. Yes. So that is the salt. Yeah. Now next one sometimes ask you in examination, So write down the relative strength of acidic derivatives. So what we have? So what is acid halides? Always keep in mind acid halide is very strong with respect to what you see anhydride, ester and amide. Amide has least and acid halide has maximum. Amide has least strength when you talk about the strengths. So acid halide, you know, CH3, I have already given you example over here. Ethanol chloride. Yes. So what is a strong acid? Yeah, reactivity, when we talk about the reactivity, so what we see, that is very, very strong in what's the strength. Then what's the acid anhydride? You know, CH3, C double bond O, CO, CH3. What the name of this compound? Ethanoic. Why? 2 carbon over here, so ethane, and that is come from the acetic acids. What we write? Ethanoic. Then we have to, this is the anhydride functional groups. What we have to add? Anhydride. Next one is ester. You know, I already told you, ester means organic salt. So CH3CO, C2H5, already given you the example of ester. What the name of this compound? Ethyl. How many carbon? Remaining carbon is 2. Ethane. And that in always in ester, what we have to add? OAT. OAT is what you see, secondary suffix. Yeah. So next one is, last one is amide. So in this case, what you see? CH3, C double bond O, NH2. I have already given you example. So what the name of this compound? Ethanamide. So when you talk about the relative strength of acid of what you see, these derivatives, what you see? Acid halide has maximum and what you see? Amide has minimum. So sometimes ask you the order, write down the order. Yes. So you can, I think you can write what you see. Sometimes ask you write down the amphoteric nature of ethanamide. So I think you can write. And sometimes ask you what do you mean by derivative of carboxylic acid. So there are 4 derivatives. So you can write, I think. So I think this is clear to you. So thank you for watching this video.